Today, take a look at the VEVOR battery-powered chainsaw. So you got a 20-volt lithium-ion battery. It says that is a 4-amp-hour, 80-watt-hour, 20-volt battery. You have an indicator on there, and that does come fully charged. We've got a charging port there on the top, and we can see we got 3 contacts, and it is even labeled positive and negative. So it does come with a dedicated charger. It's also labeled on there positive and negative. It says that is 120 volts at 50 or 60 hertz, and that outputs 2400 milliamps at 5 volts. We got our LED indicators there on the bottom, and that comes with a 2-prong plug. So we've got our instruction manual. That's nice, it even gives you a little bit of information on how you should cut trees. So it says that is a 20 volt, it runs at 7 meters per second. It has an oil capacity of 110 milliliters, 220 millimeter cutting length. With the battery at full, it can cut for about 12 minutes, and if you just want to hold the trigger, it can run for 45 minutes. So it does come with a chain. And here is the saw. So we got a spot on here for our oil, so that's going to automatically lube our bar and chain. We have a guard on the front, a nice large trigger. We got a very nice rubber handle on there. It does have a safety, so if you want to pull that trigger, you do have to press that. It does have a warning on there. It runs at 99 decibels, which is pretty loud, so you're going to want to wear hearing protection. We got a fluid level indicator for our oil, and we got a spot for our battery on the bottom. So this is going to be where we attach our bar. And on the back, you can see that spiral design. So that is going to mesh with this guy right there. So that's going to push the bar in or out to adjust the tension. We've got our bar, and that does come with a plastic guard. So here is our bar. Can see that track. We do have our gear wheel here on the end. So let's go ahead and attach our chain. So if you look closely at the chain, you'll see this rounded edge right here. That is going to be the front, and then that is going to push up into our blade. So this part right here is sharp. That is going to be the front of the blade. If we were to install the chain backwards, then it would be hitting the back of the blade. We don't want that. And this chain actually has a little arrow to let us know the direction it's going to go. So this is going to go clockwise on the bar. So we just set it right in that slot, and we make sure that each link is fitting inside. So the chain is going to mesh up with this sprocket, and then the bar will fit over that bolt. And we can drop on the cover. So we've got a little bit of play in here, and we just want to tighten that up so that we have a small amount of slop in there. We don't want it to be super tight because we don't want to be wearing on that bar prematurely. We don't want it to be loose because we don't want it falling off of the bar. So I can just pull on it without that falling out. So this is Oregon bar and chain lube. This is what I use with all my chainsaws. And we are going to need a little funnel. I do like that cap is tethered on there so we don't have to worry about losing it. And then we can just add some oil. And now we know we got lube in there. We drop in our battery. Nice. And that has got a nice quick brake on it too. So in the event that you need to stop quickly, you don't have to worry about that guy just gliding along. Nice. And that is definitely not what I was expecting. That does not sound anything like 99 decibels. And something I hadn't quite noticed before is that this is actually a switch. So if we have that forward, even if I hit the safety and pull the trigger, nothing happens. So the idea behind that is if I'm running this guy and then it kicks back on me, my hand's going to hit that and it's going to automatically stop it. Very nice. So excellent to have those safety features. Yep, that is a mess maker. So overall, that is a very nice chainsaw.